Normally $350 in a gaming PC isn't gonna get you much. You're looking at like basic esports titles, if that, but for some reason 350 bucks got us an i9 with a respectable graphics card.
And there's a bunch of these being sold on eBay from one seller at a wide range of different spec configurations, so of course we had to buy one and see if they're worth it. We're gonna open it up after word from today's sponsor. Attention PC builders, do you want to save money on your Windows activation? Well, today's video sponsor, GVG Mall, has you covered. An awesome online marketplace with game keys and also Windows licenses.
It's awesome how easy it is to activate Windows. You literally just buy a key on GVG Mall using code TB20 to get a really good discount, and from there, you literally copy and paste the key into Windows, and boom, you now have an activated version of Windows.
You can get Windows 10, Windows 11, and a bunch of other different keys at GVG Mall. And be sure to use code TB20 on checkout to save money on a Windows 10, Windows 11, or any other key from GVG Mall. Big thanks again to GVG Mall for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get into it, shall we?
So if you guys have seen the other video Matt and I just did, where we basically did Jawa versus eBay, I actually got an eBay Victus that had a 1660 Super with a 12th Gen i5, which I'm sure is probably pretty close to this i9, but the fact that I paid like $450 for that with 16 gigs of RAM and like a 256 gig SSD versus this PC, which we'll talk about the specs in a minute, is baffling to me.
Yeah, to go over those specs, i9 9900K, which for those who don't know, that's an 8-core 16-thread i9. We also have the GTX 1660. It doesn't say Super or anything, so I'm assuming it's a normal 1660. We have 32 gigs of DDR4 memory, and we have a 512 gigabyte SSD, all inside a fractal mini ITX case. They just call it the custom small form factor. I'm just gonna stop what I'm saying because I am not happy anymore.
Can we get a... It's the Cheeto kind.
I'm not.
For anyone wondering.
I just...
You know you want
Jonah.
You know you want to take a little bite. Just like nibble on it for a second, let it saturate.
Why did we do that, Jonah?
Tastes like cheese, right?
If you really wanted to taste like cheese.
You have to go a little further.
Anything can taste like cheese if you really wanted to.
I was about to just start pouring these on the ground.
Here comes the computer. Okay, well, they're still packing peanuts in there, but that doesn't really matter right now. So here's our computer. Inside, I think they call this the Fractal Node is the actual name of the case, because we had a bunch of people in our Discord. We did share this deal, by the way, on Twitter and Discord before we bought it so people could jump on it. A lot of people were like, I don't really know how that i9 is gonna be cool enough in this case. And also, there was one person, Origin, in our Discord, which discord.gg/ToastyBros, bought one of these themselves and have been troubleshooting some issues with it, been messing around with it. So I'm already having a lot of high hopes about this PC.
Yeah, this just seems like one of those deals where I don't think it's necessarily too good to be true. I think that it is a good deal, but I think you kind of need to know a little about PCs to get something like this.
But yeah, this specific model, again, we paid $350 for, but they have some with like 6700Ks and GTX 960s for under $200, and they do show signs of wear. That was the #1 thing that they did mention. The person in Discord said that they had dents in theirs. Ours just looks like it's just
Scratches.
which is not awful, but definitely a little scratchy around the side.
A little scratchy. I'm already seeing a Noctua cooler, an OG one,
nice.
peeking out. How does this open? Is it toolless?
I want to know the situation for these. Like, what would they have been used in? Is this like an area where they're all stacked on each other? Like, what's going on?
I don't know, because it really looks like an Optiplex, doesn't it?
I'm seeing one issue with this design. The GPU intake, there's like, it's so flush. Like, are these screws the only thing that's like holding it up? Or do you, like, how would it get air? Is there vents like all the way around?
There is vents all the way around. So I was almost guessing maybe it's supposed to sit like this.
Yes. Ooh. This is like an old design.
It's just so plasticky. Like that. This is all plastic. So that is one piece.
As one piece of plastic. The one piece is real. Okay, so nice motherboard. Got a gigabyte board.
Yeah, it's an Aorus board. This is, I already just know because like even it is, I was trying to say I get it, guys. It's Noctua, but I don't, what is the i9? Like, that's probably a 125 watt at least?
I don't know. The 9900K was known for running pretty high. Let me see what the max.
And I don't feel like this cooler. Look at, Jonah, look at the heatsink on this. That's not much bigger than like an Intel stock cooler heatsink. They do have bigger low profile coolers. Like there's that one we just used.
So under full load, you can see it gets up to like 205 watts. Yeah, so
yeah, there's a few things here then. Yes. At least the graphics card doesn't pull a ton of power. That's probably like 123 watts.
And we did get a 1660 Ti, so we got the better of the 16 series cards. So you can see it right here. It is an EVGA card, 2 fans, so that one will run nice and cool. Yeah, my concern is with this, the cooler, and also, I guess power draw wise, we probably would be close to like the 300 range, but in gaming,
we'll hook it up to the watt meter and see. I mean, the power supply, it's not semi-modular. It's just, it is what it is, but At least it's Fractal. I mean, they're kind of known for making decent power supplies, but I feel like this cooler situation could have definitely been a lot better. I don't know if it was the seller, whoever originally was making these PCs, but I don't even need to do the benchmarks to tell you guys that like it's gonna thermal throttle.
It's gonna thermal throttle, it's gonna run hot, and nowadays you can get low profile coolers. There's still a lot of room that have like much bigger heat pipes going out that would probably fill that area.
There's that other one that we just bought. We did a 9950X with it, and yes, it did thermal throttle a little bit, but it ran, so.
That should
the NVMe.
Yeah, so there's an NVMe underneath there. We can check the NVMe, but we got just normal Vengeance Corsair memory.
32 gigs, 3200 megahertz, CL16.
What do we have? What's the name brand?
Whole thing's
it came out with it.
See, I've said this before, I do not like that design.
Crucial.
That's Crucial, it's a P1.
P1, just a Gen
solid
3
little
classic.
drive.
So everything is name brand. It's not like this was something that was mass manufactured using like no name stuff. This was clearly built for a purpose. All these systems were built for some use case, maybe some business that had these, or for whatever reason, these were all custom built at one point. And I think it's cool. This is gonna be the worst case scenario, top of the line one that they have sold. Maybe the budget ones will make more sense for some people, but I guess we'll go and get that heatsink on. We'll see what the temperature's like with that CPU. We're not gonna do anything to it right now. We'll try thermal paste. If it's thermal throttling, I don't think thermal paste is gonna save it, unless thermal paste is just atrocious, but we will try everything. We'll game on it, we'll do stress tests, and then from there we'll make a determination if this makes sense for you, because I do still have some of these in stock at the time of recording this video, and I'm excited to see what it can do. Okay, so we're gonna do the initial turn on. I know we were like getting ready to jump into doing other stuff, but we should probably turn this computer on and see what it looks like real quick.
You know, the way I look at it, if you guys see benchmarks, the PC works.
It's on, it's quiet.
Some RGB on the motherboard.
Well, RGB backplay right there. All right, one thing to note going into the description, because we turned this on and realized, why is it turning off immediately when we hit the power button? This thing does not have an operating system on it. So they did wipe these drives. I'll just go into the description real quick that they did give us. Note, operating system not included. Wi-Fi antenna and standard hard drive caddy are missing. Case has a few scratches. It says 45-day warranty.
Wow.
Just accessories as is, but yeah, this is just generally a custom built computer that had some purpose. They wiped the drives and sold it as is. Not sure why they didn't install Windows. Maybe they just are a mass seller that doesn't really deal with stuff like that, doesn't want to do the driver setup, but we can get Windows 11 on this, no problem. Get Windows 11 going, and then we'll play some games. That's important.
All right, guys, we are playing some Warzone, and we are currently running 1080p. We're currently running 1080p on the balanced preset, no upscaling. You do have the option to, of course, use like an NVIDIA image scaler or DLSS, but we're trying to get that all natty FPS.
All natty and save our CPU the headache, because right now it is currently at 100 degrees Celsius, 70% load. Clock speed's at 4.3 and dropping, so we'll see how the performance holds up. But as we expected, this cooler ain't cutting it. Oh!
Two snipers will knock. Oh my god, there's two of them. I forgot there's duos again. Yeah, so clearly, thermal throttling. Exactly what we said was going to happen. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, this build is really cheap for what it is.
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying. I think this is a build for an experienced builder or just someone who knows how to mod and upgrade.
Yeah.
I don't think this is something that just someone who's like wanting a PC that's just ready to go, they never have to do anything with, is meant for.
Especially since there's no Windows installed also, so maybe that makes a little more sense, you know, for them selling it that way. But yeah, you at home, I wouldn't buy one of these unless you get the really cheap model. Maybe the really cheap model won't run as hot, or yeah, you just are willing to mess with it.
Meow. Oh my god, there's two of them. Why is there two? No, I'm just kidding.
Why are there two of them?
God.
Recoil!
Oh my god. Why are they just taking it? That's what I want to know. Everyone in this lobby are free.
Oh!
There we go.
Okay,
There we go.
and there's gonna
All right, that hurt a little bit. I don't have any more armor plates.
Oh wow, there's a teammate in the hallway. Man down, man down. Oh! Careful, careful.
You're up fast, we're about to get evil.
Oh.
What?
It reset.
Oh, here's a little in-between intermission. We've been having some problems. We tried to take the side panel off, and then it's been locking up randomly.
Yeah, we thought maybe when we took the side panel off, we accidentally pressed the power button at first, so we restarted it, and we're on our third restart now because it just keeps locking up. And did you already restart it?
I did. Maybe the capture card now needs a restart.
I don't know. Yeah, see, it's giving vibes. Too good to be true.
It's giving bad vibes.
Trying this again. We tried taking out the side panel. Don't know what happened, but the build crashed like 4 times after that. We're finally back in. We had to redo shaders. This is like 30 minutes after that last clip.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have been this long.
Should not have been this long, but really the goal now, why we're still doing it, I don't know.
Stability testing.
Stability testing and to get a kill, and then I will play Fortnite. And then from there, we have a CPU cooler on the way. I don't know if it's gonna save it, but we're gonna try. And yeah, we'll see what's going on with this thing, because this thing is just acting weird.
It's just, and as soon as it hits 100, like you can just feel the game performance just go down.
Oh, one guy killed you.
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, he's better, No.
Oh, ball.
God.
They pushed.
Oh my God, I need an unsuspecting victim. They were suspecting.
Oh, on the bridge.
Imagine if that was a headshot. This would have been so cool. Oh, no freaking way, dude.
Yak!
Oh my God. Oh my God, it's him. It's freaking him. I got killed by Yak twice in a row. He's just running people's pockets with
Let's go to another game.
Yeah.
We've done all we could.
I can't with this.
All right, guys. We're now in Fortnite. DX11, unlimited frame rate, far view distance, low textures, and it was actually in the warm-up lobby looking pretty good. We'll see, but we're still, again, 100 degrees Celsius. What is happening? Whoa!
Oh, PETA.
PETA is, I don't know what's going on there. Anywho, I'm just reiterating what we said during the second run of Warzone. Oh, whoa!
I'm starting to think this PC suck.
I'm thinking this PC suck, or thermal throttle will be doing more than I thought. We got a cooler coming. We'll see if it works. If not, our opinion of these PCs is definitely going to change, and it might be a buyer beware. What is this? Like, why is it?
It's like rubber banding.
What is this? What is the perspective like different? Like, something looks weird.
Oh, they changed to 4th person.
This feels weird. It's like over the right shoulder now. What is this different? Did Fortnite do an update? I don't know. Let's keep playing. Let's find out. I mean, the FPS is good. So, like, theoretically, if we can cool this i9, this will be a pretty nice little high refresh rate Fortnite machine. But cooling it and making sure this thing survives long term is the biggest battle in this case. Ah! What was that?
Spooky.
What was that? Peter. Oh. Oh.
Oh, they are right.
That's
That's why.
Oh my God. Oh, this is getting close. We were settling out around 120 plus FPS. Obviously, this thing can boost a little bit higher, only at 65 watts right now. You know, 9900K has way more wattage to work with. And unfortunately, we can't do that in this system, so. Oh, we're pushing over here. Whoa! Oh!
Dang.
All that walking to get killed by a Sushi Seal Boy with 9 kills. Anywho, Fortnite, it's running hot, it's stuttery, it's thermal throttling, kind of what we expected. We'll run our built-in benchmarks, and then once that cooler shows up, we'll try a cooler swap, see what happens. But realistically, unless you're getting the lower end ones, even then, there's some weird behavior about these PCs. It's kind of a buyer beware kind of situation. Maybe there's a 45-day warranty. There's that at least. But yeah, we'll run those built-in benchmarks and then dive into some extensive testing with a new cooler.
Okay guys, so this is a pretty interesting video because the PC on paper is really cool. I mean, the price to performance should definitely be there, but the performance of this little Noctua cooler is just not quite cutting it. I mean, this thing is really, in my opinion, designed for like a 65 watt or less. So we're talking like an i5, maybe an i7, but an i9K processor is just not okay on this. And it was cool that it played games, but I'm worried about the overall stability and longevity of the system.
And in terms of the benchmarks, in its current configuration, we ran the 3D Mark Time Spy benchmark we always like to run with our PCs and got a score of 6,854, which is a 5 cent per point average for pretty good price performance for that price point. And then we ran Black Myth Wukong 1080p medium settings and got an average of 56 FPS, a max of 69, and minimum of 15. We got an ID cooling low profile cooler that we're gonna swap out for this one because there is a little bit more room for us to work with, and I'm gonna jump in right here and just move me out of the way. All right guys, Future Matt here, and as you can see, we got rid of this, well, little tiny heatsink, and no matter how good Noctu is, this is not gonna be adequate enough for a 9900K. Now, will this be more adequate? Potentially. This is an ID Cooling IS55, I believe that's the model name of this cooler, but should have much more surface area, much more heatsink area. Realistically, I don't think it's gonna keep this thing super cool, but let's put everything back together. Hopefully everything fits right. I think this will clear, but we'll find out here in a second and see what the temperatures are like and see if it was all worth it, because it was not easy. I did have to take the entire motherboard out to install this cooler. I also had to remove these screws for this GPU riser. It was a little bit of a process, probably took me about 45 minutes to get put back together with the new cooler, but hopefully this was worth it and hopefully we see temperature changes. All right guys, we got the new cooler installed and these temperatures are looking a lot better. They're not amazing, but we're running about 50 degrees Celsius. Load is not crazy high, but we aren't downclocking nearly as much. And I remember the last time we ran Black Myth Wukong, we were hitting 100 degrees Celsius with this 9900K and this little guy right here. So this is definitely a success, definitely an upgrade. But again, we had to spend money on this cooler and do all the labor to get it upgraded. So in terms of like a flip perspective, wouldn't recommend these at all. But if somebody really wants one of these and gets this model or maybe a lower end model and is okay with the cooler as is, then maybe it's worth it. But I still would stay away if you're just a new PC gamer who wants a budget PC. This definitely is gonna require some work out of the box. So yeah, our conclusion still stands and I'll just have myself reiterate that. But the conclusion of this video doesn't really change all that much, even if we add that cooler. If you're gonna buy one of these, you definitely wanna buy one if you are a PC enthusiast or someone who likes to mess with PC hardware, because again, you're gonna have to do stuff like this. Or again, people who have bought these in our Discord server had other issues with them. They're cheap for a reason, and you know what? For some people, it might be worth it. And if that's the case, check the link description down below. We'll be an affiliate link and it will help us out. Let us know what you think of this mini PC deal in the comments down below, and are you buying one yourself?
So as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, check out our other two YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
So this PC right here, as long as we get it fixed up and working, will be for sale at pcbros.tech, or it'll be right back to the seller. But regardless, we typically have over 30 PCs in stock at a time, and most of them are custom one-offs.
And they ship really quickly. With the holidays coming up, I know that's important for you guys. Go to pcbros.tech today, buy a PC, use code ToastyBros on checkout. You'll save 3% on your next purchase. You guys, save you more money than you think. See you guys later. Goodbye.